Hi, I'm Jonah Ewell. I'm the president and co-founder of Fat Turtle Herb Company, based here in Los Angeles, California. My last video I was talking about the prescription that I had from Bayonguan, which had very large dosages and had a large dose of fudza. And some people were curious about what happened. I took it for 9 days. I'm still alive. I didn't go crazy. I didn't die of any kind of poisoning. I didn't have really any symptoms of fudza overdose at all, which are supposed to be dizziness, lightheadedness, sores in the mouth, things like that. I didn't experience any of that. What I did experience was a really incredible kind of energy, and it was very an even sort of energy. It wasn't like drinking coffee, and the reason for that, according to what I've read online about the use of fudza in this way, which is related to the Fire Spirit School of Chinese medicine. The use of fudza in this way, it's supposed to, the way you tonify kidney yang is that you submerge the yang into the kidneys. You actually sort of bring the yang back down into the kidneys. You don't disperse it out to the exterior, to the outer levels of the body, which is what happens when you take, stimulants like something like coffee. You feel very energetic for a short period of time because the yang is being pumped out of your kidneys to the exterior of your body, so you feel like you have all this energy, but then when it gets to the exterior of the body, quickly disperses. I haven't seen any academic research on this or TCM theory, but I imagine that that's similar to the way very harsh stimulants like cocaine and amphetamines work. They pump huge amounts of yang out of your kidneys, boom, and you're like Superman for a little while, but then there's a heavy price to pay later on. So that is my experience. Now that I'm done with the raw herbs, the monk at Bayonguan White Cloud Temple in Beijing recommended that I take Buzhong Ichi Wan and Fuzhu Lijong Wan together for, just as a follow-up. So I'll take, one bottle of each at the same time, and that'll probably last me about a week and a half, something like that. And after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll be permanently fixed. But it really has been incredible. I feel great. Even though my sleep schedule has been kind of screwed up since I got back from China with the jet lag, I do feel really good. The lower back soreness that I had is completely gone. The low energy feeling that I had is gone. I feel good throughout the day, from when I first wake up until I go to bed at night. So it's pretty interesting. That was my experience with foods. I'm looking forward to learning more about it. Someone said, someone left a comment and said, maybe fudza is, in China they use fudza like we use coffee, as a quick pick-me-up. No, I don't. Please don't just go out and start taking, fudza as like an energy supplement. That would be the worst thing that I could think of if supplement companies got the idea, or even individuals got the idea that fudza was like the latest pick-me-up energy drug, and started taking it and had, taking it the wrong way, not as part of a Chinese formula, not, tailored to their individual body constitution, regardless of their diagnosis. That would be terrible, because something bad would inevitably happen. Chinese medicine would be blamed, and we would no longer have access to fudza, which is basically what happened with ma huang, ephedra. Even though we do have access to it, you can get ma huang. There were all these ephedra supplements in early 2000. A pitcher by the name of Steve Belcher, I believe he was playing for the Baltimore Orioles, he died, and that was kind of the spur which led to the banning of ephedra for use in dietary supplements. So you can no longer use ma huang in a pill or in a granule powder, because those are considered, in most circles, they're considered dietary supplements. But there was a specific exemption for traditional Chinese medicine, so you can still use ma huang in its raw form. It's difficult to get because it's kind of a gray area, and some suppliers are kind of leery about supplying it because they're not sure what you're going to do with it, if you're going to, turn it into a supplement or something. But if you're using it for TCM, it should be available. But we don't want that kind of thing to happen with, fudza or any of our other herbs. So, so if you want to use, if you're intrigued about the use of fudza, like I am, ask someone who knows. I'm certainly not an expert. I would look up, there are a couple articles I found, I'll put the links to them on my blog, everydayhealthtcm.blogspot.com, everydayhealthtcm.blogspot.com. There are links to 2 interviews with Heiner Fruhoff. He learned from a fellow named Liu Li Hong, who is a lineage holder in the Fire Spirit School, Chinese medicine. So he's been learning from him and some other people. So contact them, they're the experts. Find out how to use it correctly in a Chinese medicine prescription. That's about it for now. You can find us on the internet, fatturtleherbs.com, on Facebook, facebook.com/fatturtleherbs, and you can also find us on Twitter, twitter.com/fatturtleherbs. Actually, I think it might be, for Facebook, it might be facebook.com/fatturtle. I'm not sure. But look us up, Fat Turtle Herb Company, we're on there. You'll find us. Anyway, I hope you don't mind these video blogs. They're easier for me than typing and faster. So I think I'm going to keep doing them until I get tired of doing them. That's all.